2023 Scott foil in a size small. This is the 30 model, weighing 18 pounds 3 ounces, and in kilos 8.26 kilos. Stay tuned to hear the free buy contest after the video on these Scott synchronous alloy wheels right here. No, I gotta get a picture first. Hey, you look good. Yeah, big legs. Wow. You kill everybody, right?
Oh yeah,
Today?
Oh yeah.
All right, guys, I have for you guys here one of the most beautiful aero bikes I've seen in a long time. This is a 2023 Scott foil 30 model with 105 Di2 on here. Now, I know what you guys are gonna say, and before you guys say anything, let me actually turn this camera around because I'm so sick and tired of seeing this comment. I'm absolutely beyond myself on it. Let me turn this camera around. Nah, screw that, I look ugly as hell. My point I'm trying to make is this. How many times have I seen a comment, my 2012 Trek Madone weighs 6 kilos. My 2015 SL5 weighs 5 kilos, 7 kilos. I don't care about what your bike weighed back then. Another comment I get, $5,000 for 8 kilo bike, you kidding me? This bike is an aero bike. It's a modern aero bike. It has disc brakes. It comes with aluminum wheels. It has a bunch of carbon. If we notice on this bike is literally like a freaking TT bike with the amount of carbon here. This bike is way more aerodynamic than your bike you're riding now, your 2012 Trek Madone, or whatever you're riding, okay? This bike will absolutely be faster where we're riding here in Florida, where it's completely flat. I don't care what you say about your bike, whatever it is. We live in an area where the weight does not matter, okay? That's why I'm showcasing aero bike. You see a guy blow by you on a TT bike with all this massive carbon on there. Yes, he's in a more aggressive position, but you can see they're even making the aggressive position more. This bike will be faster. It will maintain top end speed easier. You won't be as tired when it comes to a sprint or an attack. You'll be more comfortable on this bike because it has wider tires on here as well. This bike will all out beat, and I know it's gonna hurt people to say this, all out beat your 6 kilo bike in a test in terms of what bike is faster in speed and flats. You want to talk about hills? Sure, it's a different subject there. But do not tell me in the comment section, I know probably everyone's gonna tell me in the comment section now, 2023, $5,000 bike, 8 kilos, wow. This bike is going to be a fast bike. And I'm not saying this just because of the fact that I sell this bike, any aero bike at this price point. Today's modern aero bikes are way faster than your 2012 6 kilo bike, okay? That's what it's gonna be. So, now I got that out of the way and you guys had a little bit of some taste of your own medicine, because I hate you guys, no, I actually love you guys. We get to talk about this beautiful machine, and the color is absolutely gorgeous. The price point is even better. It's a $4,800 model with a full carbon fiber frame, with a newly redesigned UCI rules, with a massive amount of carbon on the bottom rack area, much larger head tube area as well to make it more aerodynamic. This thing is literally set up like a TT position with a comfortable seat post, which we'll talk about in a second. You have the new 105 Di2 on this bike at a pretty affordable pricing. And again, like I said, this is a ton of trickle down technology. It's a 12 gears in the back, 2 in the front. I know the 105 is heavier, but literally you're getting almost the exact same performance out of the Ultegra Di2 and the Dura-Ace Di2, but here in a cheaper package. So this is a really good bike if you're looking to get into sport around $5,000. All it needs is some aero wheels. And I know people are gonna say, again, spending $5,000, you have to spend more money. If you're serious and enthusiast and competitive about the sport, and you want to get in something and you want a bike that's like this for competing on aero stages or flat grounds, or you just ride with a bunch, whatever it is, this is an amazing bike to get into. And plus, the wine red color is gorgeous. The wine red color is a bike that I absolutely love. I think this color should be used more often, but it is absolutely phenomenal. The shifter hoods are the same ergonomics. This frame is going to be the exact same frame as their Pro model of the foil as well. You're literally getting the same wind tunnel testing, the similar carbon fiber mold on there. Everything they put into this to redesign this, you're getting that same technology. The only one that you won't get on is their $16,000 foil Ultimate that has their HMX SL carbon, that's their super light carbon, whereas this is just their HMX carbon, but still, it's a difference of grams, okay? So this is a crazy good bike. Without being that said, we're gonna show off some features on this bike real quick. Couple things to note. This bike is set up with a 25C tire front, 28C tire rear. I never knew why, but a lot of people have commented on my videos saying that they set that up with a 28C tire on the rear to make it more comfortable, more compliant, because we can see the seat post is basically sticking straight out like a TT bike. They also added some comfort to this seat right here. You can actually take this off if you wanted to, and you can add on a Scott Synchros proprietary light. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna look like a freaking idiot. No, you're gonna look like an idiot. This right here has a little bit of open space. This is like a little rubber compliant thing right here. So this is going to add some compliancy to that as well, because these new modern bikes are getting away from that, kind of that 20 millimeter setback. They're kind of going to more of like a 15 millimeter setback now, or even more of an aggressive like 10 mil setback. Just because of the fact that the setback was always designed to make sure that the rider was comfortable and off the top of the bike. Now these bikes are having these wide tires. They're kind of compensating for that. So we're getting more direction over the top of the pedals, and we're in front of the pedals. Hey, nice truck. Oh, did you? Right there. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah. But yeah, so now they're making that more of a better design where you can get more power over the front of the cranks and make it much better. So I definitely do like that. So now I'm gonna do the quick walkthrough like I always do, and hopefully you guys enjoy. So the one thing I don't like is this setup right here in the front of the cockpit area. This is their new integration system for the foil, obviously. This is their own proprietary stem, which needs to go with the bike. It works with the spacers as well. This is their own Synchros alloy handlebar, which has a flat Aero concept to it. They make 3 different versions of this. This is the cheapest model, which is alloy. On their Scott Foil RC10, it's an alloy carbon setup. And then on their RC Pro, it's a full one-piece carbon handlebar design that looks much more cleaner, and literally the cables go in and out, and you don't see any cables sticking out. This is very chunky to me, and this is where I think this bike holds a lot of the weight at. It doesn't make any sense to me to have this situation. I wish they would just add a carbon bar in here for this price point, but it is what it is. It is still very easy to go ahead and lower the stem if you want to, and is a pain in the butt if you did want to change out handlebar width on here, which I'll talk about in a second. But like any kind of new modern aero bike or any kind of new integrated bike, the spacers are breakaway. They go right down the front of this bike, so it's easy to lower the stem, or it's easy also to change out the stem if you want to change out your fits. Bad thing is these cables are ran in through this alloy bar, so if you did want to change out bar width on here, you would need to go ahead and re-bleed the brakes. Good news is they do leave a lot of stock cable hose inside of there. The bike comes with its own Synchros bar tape made by Scott. The stems do have options as well to have a proprietary out front mount as well for a Garmin, a Wahoo, whatever it is, that is purchased separately. One thing to note about Scott is that all their bolts heads are going to be a Torx AT25 on here. So if you guys do need to adjust or make any kind of quick adjustments on the road, keep that in mind. The water bottle cage bolts right there, bada bing, bada boop. The stem bolts right here in the front, gotta boop, beep, bop. And also the pinch bolts for the stem as well, just in case you're in a crash, you would need to use a T25 in there. Another side note is Scott does not give you the tool on the back anymore. What the hell, Scott? So I thought they did, but just keep a T25 with you. Nowadays, modern park tool kits do come with them, so that is nice. Again, to feature off the group set on here, we have a nice Shimano 105 Di2, 12-speed in the rear, 2 in the front. I did a video where I actually did a weight and price comparison from the 105 to the new Ultegra Di2. Very minimal difference in weight. I think it was only a total of 200 grams, and you're getting a discount of about $600. Like I said, exact same ergonomics as Ultegra Endurance Di2, exact same rear derailleur in the back, very similar crank. The only difference is just material of the components, the shifting concept, the speed of the shifting, the motors, the battery, all the same stuff. It really just comes down to what it is. The only thing different on this group set is the front derailleur here is that kind of that bulkier old box. It doesn't have the Hyperglide Plus Plus for the front derailleur shifting. And then someone also said something about the front disc brake calipers, that they don't have the better braking surface on there, but they look identical to Ultegra and they weighed identical to Ultegra disc brake calipers, but it's neither here nor there. Second, to appreciate the color on here. Again, stunning, gorgeous. You got the mud gray in the back, fades up to a striped Scott logo. Gorgeous Scott logo right there with the silver. On the interior of the fork, it has silver lines inside there. Beautiful. I absolutely love this color. I think this might be my next bike after my raffle. We'll see what's up. For the wheels on here, they are just a stock wheel set. Again, kind of shitty, kind of poopy for being a $5,000 bike, but it is what it is. These are alloy wheels from Scott Synchros. I believe these things are tubeless ready, but they do not come with a tubeless tire that's ready or tubeless valves, so you do have to change it out yourself. And then the Scott Synchros hub on here is going to be their own proprietary synchronous hub. I believe these are the same exact hub that come on their carbon wheels, so that is a good thing. The engagement in the back for these hubs are pretty good. But just a regular rounded spoke and nothing crazy. For the tires, there is Schwalbe 1. Stupid name. I don't even get why you named that, bro. What is the background to that name? Like, is it just a person's last name? Does Schwalbe mean tire in a different language? Schwab. Charles Schwab. Anyways. Yes, this is 700 by 25C in the front. The rotors on here are a clunker. These are a 160 millimeter Shimano 105 rotor. And like I said, these are the exact same disc brake calipers as the Ultegra. I don't know what kind of sales pitch they are, but they're exact same pads, exact same bleed port. They look identical. It's just a different logo color in there. For the bottom brackets on the Scots, they are a press fit 86. They are not a threaded, so they are a PF 86. But look at the bulkiness of this new foil. This thing is a TT bike on, this is a road bike on steroids. Any kind of flat stage, this thing is going to have a really nice advantage for that as well. You can see right here, these tires have a tube only, but I do like that a lot. You have the 105 crank arm on the non-drive system. We have the RC30 logo right there. We bring it on over around the outside, over this side. We have a beautiful logo right here of the foil with a gorgeous bowling ball look to it. T25, 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 T25. Those are all water ball bolts on there. We have a 105 crank. This is going to come with a 5034 crankset. This is why I don't like it. This is an Aero bike. Put on a 5236 chainring on here. I don't care if it's 105. I don't want a compact on here. I want to go fast. I'm not climbing with this bike. I want to go quick. Remove that chit. Get it out of here. Go ahead and put on Ultegra 5236. We have the 105 new front derailleur, which is basically just the old technology from the 11-speed Di2, and they just basically just masked it with this big old bulky box, and they put it on there. We have a 12-speed 105 chain. We have a 12-speed 105 cassette. That is a 1134 cassette as well. So again, it's a pretty big granny gears for these rings. We have the 105 rear derailleur, which is a again, like I said, just difference of materials between the Ultegra and the Durace Di2. This is where you're going to charge that. This is where you're going to sync it. This is where you're going to do all those cool little bits and things on there. Here's your charging port here. And then here's your button where you go ahead and sync it. Another thing I do like about Scott is they already include this direct mount hanger for their Shimano drivetrains. If it's SRAM, it's different, but for the Shimano, they include the direct mount hangers on here to bring the derailleur a little bit more away from the cassette to improve on chain friction, similar to OSPW. So that is a nice feature. I do like that. I like the look of it. Looks different, and yeah, it looks very, very cool. Going on to the back, we have here a very Cervelo S5-ish looking rear stay. And then going on over to this side, we have our 160 millimeter Shimano 105 disc brake rotor and our 105 Shimano disc brake caliper. Tire again is a Schwalbe 1 728, and yeah, like I mentioned before, this is the synchro seat post. You can ride this seat post if you wanted to without this little kind of rubber patch on here. They do add an included proprietary light that you can actually buy and put on back here as well, which is very cool. I think that's an awesome feature. The only bad thing is that they're not in stock and they're very hard to get. We have an integrated seat post binder right here to go ahead and wedge that thing up. And then the included saddle they give you for this bike is going to be their Scott Synchros Bell Cara. Oops, sorry. Okay. Hi, me. No, I'm just kidding. That is the Synchros Bell Cara saddle. Very nice. Nice wide seats. Give you support for your sit bones. And I do like how they bring this width down here because people usually do tend to slide forward on the saddles. And nice wide cutout as well to allow blood flow and relieve some of that pressure on there. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys again for watching. Stay tuned for that free buy sound test on that. And my God, look at that bike. Here comes a free buy sound test on the Scott Foil RC30 Synchros Hub. Wow.
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 Bling, bling. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
You heard it here first, folks.